Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. And the topic today is about the sensory marketing principle. So this chapter is to explore the key principle of sensory marketing, emphasizing its role in the global marketing environment and the rise of individualization as a lifestyle. And it's also covered the theoretical foundation, the model, and the marketing approaches, introducing a sensory marketing framework with the essential concepts in terminology. So the first concept we come is the human sense. So customer experience the world through five senses like sound, smell, touch, taste, and sight, which significantly impact their emotion, decision, and brand perception. So company must design a sensory-rich experience in both digital and physical space in order to create memorable customer interaction. For example, like when buying running shoe before purchase, the visual description and the video will shape the expectation for customer. And during the purchase, the customer interact with the product through the sight, touch, or smell, and after purchase, the sensory experience while using the product influence brand loyalty. So next we come to the other part, which is the global marketing environment. So it's a include the cultural value shift and the digital technology. So in the cultural value shift, consumer focus on individualism, diversity, and self-expression over the basic survival need, and different countries have variable cultural value influencing purchasing behavior. In the younger generation balance independent with a desire for stability. In terms of the digital technology, the internet and social media empower consumer, shifting influence away from companies. An authentic, transparent view on platforms like Google or Instagram will shape the brand perception, especially the Gen Z, they are being the digitally native, engaging with brand through digital platform. So in conclusion, with the increasing of the individualization and digital connectivity, brand must adapt its sensory marketing strategy to align with the changing consumer value and technological advancement. So next we come to the individualization as lifestyle. Into the consumer culture, people focus on personal identity and self-fulfillment. And we have three concepts to consider. The first one is about the self-fulfillment. People value the quality of life, wellness, and meaningful consumption over the material good, and they also prefer the experience like the travel, cultural, dining over the possessions. And the next is about the identity creation. Brands serve as symbol of personality and status, and consumer align with the brand that reflect their value. For example, like Apple for innovation and the creativity. And the last one is about the multi-sensory experience, like the brain engage multi-sense to create emotion connection. For example, the Starbucks with the cozy ambience and the warm lighting enhance the customer experience. Enhance the customer experience. And in conclusion, the consumer the consumer now they want more than just a product. They seek the personal life, the emotional and the sensory driven experience. And to success, brand must still focus on the enhancing quality of life, helping consumer build identity and creating multi-sensory interaction. So the approach ensures strong brand loyalty, deeper engagement, and long-lasting emotional connection with the consumer. So now we come to the theoretical foundation. The sensory marketing is an emerging paradigm that highlights the role of human sense in shaping consumer experience with the brand, product, and service. So the first one we come to the sensory marketing model, and you can see that the sensory marketing model includes the sensation, including the smell, sound, taste, vision, and haptic, influence perception, and the perception also affected emotion and cognition. Then emotion and cognition influence attitude, learning or memory and behavior. So this model explains how the sensory input the shape consumer decision making through both emotional and cognitive pathway. And next we come to the SOR model. The SOR model is the stimulus, organism, and response explain the consumer behavior. The first one is about the stimulus. This is the environmental, including social and physical, that the factor provide the sensory input. And next is about the organism. Consumer process this stimuli leading to emotional and cognitive response. And the last one is about our response. Consumer react with approach behavior like staying or purchasing or avoidance behavior. So this model highlight how environment factor impact consumer behavior through the psychological processing. And next we come to the framework for multi-sensory shopping behavior. So we have five sense interact to create a multi-sensory experience in retail. Sensory input trigger effect that is emotional and cognitive response, and this response influence shopping behavior and decision. So this framework explains how combination of a sensory input shape consumer experience and decision in retail setting. So after we describe about the sensory marketing principle in chapter 1, then we come to the sensory brand in chapter 2. So this chapter focuses on the human brain as a center of senses. It analyzes the significance of sensory input, the perceptual process, and the sensory memory. It also discusses the gender differences in organization and the consumption behavior related to the brand. So the first part we learn is about the gestalt perceive. This is the state that people perceive the brand and environment as a whole rather than separate part. The relationship between the element shape perception influencing consumer experience and brand image. The sensory curve like sight, sound, touch, and in this create emotional response as seen in AKI immersive store design. Since the perception happen constantly and unconsciously, the brand is often called a black box. So, what is a black box? The brain processes 11 million bits of sensory information per second, mostly unconsciously, while the conscious mind handles only 40 bits per second. And the black box has the three known brain. It consists of the first one is cerebral cortex. This is the cerebrum, the largest part responsible for the thinking, memory, language, and perception. It has two parts. On the left side, this is for the logical, mathematical, and language focus, and on the right side, this is for the creative, emotional, and spatially aware. So the second one is about the limbic system. It's managed emotion, memory, and motivation, and each part in this are managed for its function, like process emotion, critical for learning and memory, and regulate the body function. And the last one is about the reptilian brain. It's control the basic survival instinct, like a fight for flight, reproduction, and processes visual stimuli. Its process it processes visual stimuli and priority the extreme over logic and emotion. So the sensory input the shape of perception and behavior, making the brain a black part in decision making. So now we come to the sense and brand. So the human perceive the world through five primary senses like sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, along with the additional perception like the temperature and pain. And the brain processes sensory input to create a unique perception, something feeling mixing information, and the perception influenced by the personal experience, emotion, and cognition, shaping how individuals interpret sensory stimuli, display a crucial role in decision making and consumer behavior. And the memory is divided into three types. The first one is sensory memory. The briefly holds and filters sensory input. The second one is the short-term memory, working memory, temporarily processes information for problem solving and learning. And the last one is long-term memory, the store experience and knowledge permanently, forming association that influence decision. And together, the sensory input, the perception, and memory shape human experience, impacting how people interact with brand and product. And now we come to the next part, which is the brand gender differences. So first one, we will learn about the genetic and hormonal influence. The brand gender is set before the birth by genetic factor and hormone levels like estrogen in women and the testosterone in the men. And the limbic system and hypothalamus influence emotional processing and hormone production, contributing to gender-based differences in brain function. And next is the structural and organization differences. This is about the brain size. The male brain is larger, but the size does not affect the intelligence. The language processing may rely on the left hemisphere, while women use both, adding recovery brain from injury. And about the language skill, women develop a larger vocabulary earlier, but men excel in specific language tasks. And about the cognitive ability, men perform better mental recollection and spatial navigation, while women have strong emotional memory and communication skill. And another part I want to mention is about the emotional and sensory differences. This is about the empathy and relationship. Women are empathic and strict reciprocal relationship, while men focus on competition and power. About the communication, women prefer face-to-face interaction and read the body language better. About the sensory perception, women have better visual memory, night vision, and auditory perception. And about the sensitivity, women are more sensitive to smell and emotionally affected by pain than men. And the last one I want to mention is about the differences in purchasing and consumption. Men make quicker brand-driven decisions, often acting more impulsively, while women prefer research and comparison, using the analytical strategy before purchasing. Men shop quickly to finish tasks, while women take more time to explore other options. And women also priority the empathy, security, and personal interaction, including the relationship with doctor and service provider. So the gender-based brand difference include communication, emotional response, and shopping behavior, and also the decision-making process in daily life. And the last part of section today is about the neuromarketing. So what it does, the neuromarketing study how to brand process sensory input, emotion, and social interaction to influence product perception and purchase decision. So and it's also provide insight beyond the traditional method like survey by using brand imaging techniques. And there are three key methods in the neuromarketing. The first one is EEG, measure brand weight but like a perceived or spatial resolution. And the second one is MEG, the track magnetic field but only capture the surface level brand activity. And the last one is fMRE, is produce high resolution image of brand response and revealing emotional and cognitive reaction to stimuli. In the neuromarketing is used to find that the emotional connection to brand drive purchase decision are more than racial factor, and the familiar brand activity memory related brand recognition, why unfamiliar one trigger higher cognitive processing, and the sensory input like the sound and smell can be more influential than visual branding. And it also has some benefit like offer a deeper understanding of consumer emotion and decision making, help the company refine branding, advertising, and product design based on the actual brand response. However, because of some ethical concern like raised concern about the subconscious consumer manipulation and regulation may be need to ensure ethical and transparent marketing practice. Overall, neuromarketing enhance marketing strategy by revealing unconscious consumer behavior, but ethical consideration remain the crucial.